Hey guys, what's up? So today we are going to deal with an extremely critically important topic called as indexes and reports. Many questions are asked directly in prelims from this examination and indirectly in mains and in interview and in essay. They help a lot. If you know these reports and indexes, so rather than getting 5 out of 10 marks, you may get 6 to 7 out of 10 marks. That is the level of difference that can create. And for example, essays of 250 marks, so rather than getting 90 marks, you may get 120 marks. So it's all about how you quote your indexes and reports. And in this video, we will be talking especially about Human Development Index. Extremely critical. Even if you are talking to a layperson, you can talk about it. Presented by me. This is the YouTube channel Unacademy. So if you have any doubt or any query, you can ask on this Facebook page and just spread the word of this education revolution as much as you can. See, why do we need to learn about such indexes and reports? See, again, I have told you straight questions are asked in prelims, mains, and interview straight away, absolutely straight away. Even if they are not asked directly, you can utilize them on almost any answer that is closely related to development, equality, inequality, gender issue, income differences, poverty, anything at all, especially in paper 2, paper 3, paper 4. You can code these indexes a lot, so that's how you can utilize them. And it obviously plays a huge role in essay. For example, there is a question development versus environment debate, so you have to code these indexes, there is no doubt about it. And in interview also, they can ask you some question like gender issue, India's development status, are we a developed country, when we will be a developed country, can we follow 2020 vision of Dr. Abdul Kalam. You can code the data, you can code such indexes data, and it will help you a lot. That is why we need to learn about indexes and reports. And obviously, if you are discussing randomly with strangers also, then this becomes very important in debate and dialogues. You can discuss them on length, and you sound very educated and literate person. Even if you are not, you sound one like that. So even if you are having a discussion with teachers, so make sure you code them, and that's how they know that you know your stuff. Anyway, so these are the common indexes. There are some which I have not quoted here. So it includes Human Development Index, Inequality Adjusted Human Development Index, then Gender Related Development Index, Gender Empowerment Measures, Gender Inequality Index. Human Poverty Index was there till 3 4 years ago, but now it has been discontinued. No more there. Multi-dimensional Poverty Index is there. Misery Index is there. Global Innovation Index, Transparency Index, corruption perception index, Gini index, it is related to inequalities, and IMR, MMR, under 5 MR, and infant, maternal, and under 5 mortality rates. Ease of doing business index, then ASAR, it is related to India. Pratham is an NGO which does this. Annual status of education report. So there are lots of them, so we will be dealing with as we go ahead in this series. Just let me know if you want me to continue by hitting the thumbs up. I'll really appreciate that. Human Development Index, HDI. Okay, so basically it is an index number. So what is an index number? You need certain parameters for a number to develop, then it is called as index number. It was developed mainly by Mehboob Haq. He is a Pakistani economist, very renowned man, and obviously Amartya Sen, we know him because he is an Indian economist, Nobel laureate in 1990s late. Basically depends on three things: life expectancy, how long are you expected to live, education, how much education are you expected to get, and your per capita income in purchasing power parity terms. Is that absolutely understood? So just remember, lie, HDI is nothing but a lie: life, income, and education. That's how I remember. It's very easy for me. Then basically it divides countries into four categories. In each category there are 46 to 47 countries, so that gives us roughly about how much? Can you calculate? It's about 184 countries whose data is calculated. So it can be very high human development, or it can be high human development, or it can be medium human development and low human development. So first 47 will come in very high human development, next 47 in this, then 47 in this, and then 46 in this. So it's like quartile variation. Is that understood? So you should know this in detail because it is asked a lot in examination. Then again, it describes the maximum or the potential which can be achieved if there is no inequality. Okay, so if it assuming each and everyone has equal status, then it is the maximum development index, but obviously it is not true. So inequality adjusted human development index had to be invented for this purposes. So obviously inequality adjusted will always be less, or in perfect scenario it will be equal, but such perfect scenario not exist, so it is always less than equality adjusted, or HDI. So IHDI is usually less than HDI because HDI is not adjusted to inequalities. I'll tell you later how it works. So what is the need of Human Development Index? Have you ever thought what is the need actually? What is the need? So before 1990, that is the year when HDI was developed by Mahbubul Haq and Amartya Sen, for government purposes and for policy formulation purposes, development meant only GDP, GDP, and GDP. Okay, that is GDP income only. But in the name of development, all the policies were designed to increase the national income. Why? Because it is damn easy. It's so easy to concentrate on number. Otherwise, development is a very abstract term, right? It's absolutely impossible to focus on abstract terms like development. So both Huck and Sain, they wanted to design a number. Sain was in favor of multiple numbers. Huck finally convinced him to develop a single number, which can lead to formulation of people-centered policies. Is that absolutely understood? So for people-centered policies, you need some development index, which is a number, so that government and policymakers can focus on this particular number, and then the policy can be changed. So this number is called as HDI. Okay, so development should why do they wanted a number? Because development should be measured not only in economic terms. I'm not saying economic terms are not important, they are very important for income purposes, but it should not be measured not only in economic terms, but it should also be measured in terms of human well-being. Is that absolutely understood? So that is why there is need of HDI to take care of this human well-being part. Now, calculation before 2010. How was it calculated before 2010? See, I will not focus much on this, but life expectancy at birth was calculated maximum. So this is, let's say, life expectancy in India is 65. So it was minus by, let's say, the minimum life expectancy. So in today it is in Swaziland, that is 42 or 43. Also in Central African Republic you will find life expectancy of 45. In Lesotho you will find life expectancy of 46, something like that. Maximum life expectancy is obviously in Japan, that is 84, that is minus 43. So this number is obviously always be less than 1 except in case of Japan, right? So that's how it was calculated. Adult literacy rate was given 2/3 weightage. So 2/3 into adult literacy rate plus 1/3 into gross enrollment ratio of both primary, secondary as well as tertiary sector divided by 3, something like that. So you know how it works, right? So this was called as now life index plus the education index plus the GDP's log, natural log, that is LN per capita, but this is GDP. Please focus, this is GDP. Now this simple arithmetic mean, that is you divide all of these three combined together with 3, that is called as average in layman's term. So let's say this is 0.5, let's say this is 0.4, and let's say one is 0.6. So you divide it by 3, so you get 0.5 as the answer. So this is your HDI in normal terms in arithmetic mean. So this was before 2010. Is that understood? And HDI values before 2010 are usually, if you adjust for the years, obviously development has happened, so value will increase, but they are usually more because HDI after 2010 and 2010 onwards is calculated using geometric mean. I'll tell you how it varies. So see now life expectancy at birth is calculated like with life expectancy index. This is like life expectancy minus 20 divided by 85 minus 20. You don't need to remember it, just for your own knowledge purpose I'm telling you. So this is the index now. So this is how you calculate life index or life expectancy index. Now education index is calculated as simple average of mean year of schooling index plus expected year of schooling index. How it is calculated? Mean year of schooling is basically what is a 25-year-old adult is expected to be attended a number of years, and expected year of schooling is a 5-year-old kid. How many years can he expect to attend the school? And finally income index is the logarithmic. Now this is extremely important. You forget about everything else, just remember GNI is used. Earlier it was GDP, okay, GDP per capita. Now it is GNP, that is gross national product. So you take care of factor income from abroad, okay. So that is how GNP and GDP are different. So please remember, now we use GNP and we use mean year of schooling and expected year of schooling, and finally in life expectancy index also, rather than using maximum and minimum, we use 20 and 85. So I hope these differences are clear. Now the biggest difference is we use the geometric mean of, let's say, 6 and 7 will be calculated as 42 root. Is that understood? Geometric mean of 6, 7 and 2 will be calculated as 104 root under 3. So geometric mean is always less or equal to arithmetic mean. Okay. In case the number are same, then arithmetic mean is equals to geometric mean. But in case numbers are different, then always geometric mean is less than arithmetic mean. You can calculate. The third mean is harmonic mean. You don't need to know that. So since change in methodology is there and also the geometric mean is less than arithmetic mean, HDI value is less if you adjust for development. See, simply in case of India, the HDI value was zero point 0.4 or something in 90s. Okay, then it came to, let's say, 0.49 or 0.51, and now it is 0.586. So obviously HDI value will increase if the country is developing. But if you had the same formula, then the HDI value must be zero point 0.6 or something. I hope you got the point. So if you adjust for development, 2010 onwards, HDI is less as compared to 2010 before. Now HDI of Indian states, okay, the topper is obviously Kerala always, it is 0.79. Second rank is of Delhi, third is of Himachal Pradesh. Okay, so you just remember top three. Kerala, Himachal Pradesh have better HDI because of health and education parameters. Because of health, they have more life expectancy, and because of education, they have more mean year of schooling plus expected year of schooling. What is this NER? NER is Northeastern Region, seven sister states basically. So they have better HDI because of health and education. While Delhi, Goa, and Punjab has better HDI because they are rich. Okay. Now lowest rungs in HDI ladder are occupied by Chhattisgarh. It is the lowest one. Odisha, Bihar, UP, MP, Jharkhand, etc. So as you can see, they are the three states out of which three other the division has occurred except Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand has improved much more. So Odisha plus the three traditional states of Bihar, UP, and MP plus their two division Bihar ka Jharkhand and MP is Chhattisgarh. So the HDI varies from 0.35 to 0.45. Right now India's HDI is 0.586. So I hope you remember this. We are a medium level country. Now there are certain facts, I think you should remember them. Basically it usually increases but can also decrease. Okay, so for example in case of Zimbabwe, it was very high, it's very high, 0.514 in 98, but due to hyperinflation, their inflation ran into trillions of percentage. They even had to print $1 trillion. It decreased to 0.374. Now 50% people live in medium development countries, 18% live in low development countries, and rest, that is 31 or 30%, 32% people, they live in high or very high development countries. Okay. Norway is topper. It is the best country to live in according to HDI index to 2001 to 2014, except in 2007 and 2008 it was Iceland. So current Norway is almost close to 1, that is one of the perfect country in terms of HDI is Norway. OECD countries, Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, they have the highest HDI ever. Example, USA, Canada, Norway, Australia, Switzerland. So you'll always find them in top 5. They are usually the top 5 countries. South Asia is a medium level country, okay, medium development area. Sub-Saharan Africa is the only low development area of the earth, okay, and they have the lowest HDI. So after OECD, it is very high, okay, very high. So high is basically Australia, then your regions. Australia is also very high. So basically high includes Latin America, then Europe, etc. Then medium level includes, like, top medium पे आते हैं Arab states, and bottom medium is basically South Asia, and low area is low development region is Sub-Saharan Africa. So I hope it is clear now. Some countries are not included because of lack of data, because there is, and again, like countries like North Korea etc are not included because of lack of data, and there was no HDI report in 2012. Okay, so from 1990 till 2014 there is HDI report every year except in 2012. So this can be asked in trivia. Now, as come to South Asia, because India is in South Asia, so it comes in medium human development category. Is that understood? India ranks 135 with HDI index of 0.586. Let's compare to our neighbors. Sri Lanka is at 73, which is a high end country. Okay, can you see 0.75? Despite having very less resources, it is at very high level. Maldives it has 103, India is at 135, Bhutan is at 136, Bangladesh 142. All these are medium level countries. So we are in somewhere in between. Nepal is 145, Pakistan 146, Afghanistan 169. They are low development region according to HDI. So this data can be quoted in, let's say if you are reading SARC, or if you are reading South Asia, India's role in South Asia, or whatever you are writing. So you can quote such data, it helps a lot. Similarly, when it comes to BRICS, you can see Brazil is at 79, B for Brazil, Russia is for R. Russia is the highest ranked BRICS country, 57. India is at 135, China is at 91, South Africa is at 118. So you can know relatively we are the worst performer among the BRICS nation. So whenever you are writing something on BRICS, you can tell that India is at the worst bottom. So yeah, so you can use this data according to your whims. Finally, there is a lot of criticism of HDI also, that it shows biases towards Western model of development, and egalitarianism means equality, equal society where there is not much inequality. It is putting it on unnecessary pedestal. Yes, egalitarianism is important, but yeah, sometimes it is given unnecessary weightage, and there is no respect to ecology and environment. You only focus on development, you do not focus on environmental cost. There is no global perspective. HDI is obviously calculated from national perspective. There is no focus on technology or contribution to humanity, something absolutely completely neglected. And see, the data in Swaziland will not be comparable to the quality of data in USA, right? Is that understood? So obviously there will be a lot of errors in Swaziland. So there is lots of international differences in data, and there is lots of errors. And finally, the arbitrary classification into four categories. I'll just show you one thing. Can you see this? Bangladesh is a medium level country. Bhutan is a medium level country. India is a medium level country. But HDI of India and Nepal is not very much different, hardly any difference. But Nepal and Pakistan are low level countries. So as you can see, it is a very arbitrary classification. So that's what I want to focus on. And so finally, we move on and we touch on inequality adjusted human development index. See, human development index of Saudi Arabia, etc., and various countries like Swaziland and Lesotho and Central African Republic, it's in case very high. But when you compare it with its own IHDI, it loses 40% of its value. Just go to Wikipedia and you'll know this data. 40%. While in case of Norway, there is hardly any loss. Some fraction of percentage, point some percentage. So it shows that Norway has very less inequality. It has high equality. While countries like they are already poor and they have very high level of inequality. Is that understood? So that is starkly contrasted with inequality adjusted human development index. So basically loss in maximum possible HDI. The maximum possible HDI is denoted by HDI itself. So its loss is taken into account by IHDI in all the three dimensions, that is life expectancy, income and education. These losses will not be there. Again, I repeated, these losses will not be there in a perfectly equal society. So if a society is absolutely perfectly equal, so you will not find such losses at all. Like in Norway, you will not find hardly any loss. Hence, more the inequality, example in African countries, more heavily or severely it is punished by showing a decline in HDI. 30% reduction you will see, 20% reduction. So if the HDI value is 0.6, you may see it as high as 0.4 IHDI. Can you see such drastic difference? Norway is again the topper of IHDI. India ranks at 100. But don't think we have jumped from 135 to 100. It is not warranted because the countries is 130 to 140 only. The last thing which I wanted to say is in HDI, India's rank usually varies in 130s only. Sometimes we are 136, sometimes we are 135. So, but we are showing steady improvement. So I hope you like this tutorial. Let me know if you want me to make more on indexes. Like I have told you, like they are extremely critical. Just let me know if you want me to make. Do hit the thumbs up. Do spread the word and be a part of this education revolution. And these are the URLs. Thank you for watching the tutorial. Have an awesome day.